Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So here's the deal. I don't know what is going on with me. This reading might be a hot mess because I am exhausted. But I really want to do a check-in on what is going on for the Divine Masculine today, especially since I got a bunch new Oracle decks that I'm excited to work with. But I haven't gotten a lot of sleep over the past few days. The past few nights, I've been doing a lot of transmuting for the collective, like the planetary collective, a lot of the fear that's been coming up. I've felt it, and I have been transmuting it, trying to clear it, trying to do a lot of meditation, and just maintain my own balance and peace and come back to my own center. Because I'm not afraid. Whatever is happening, there's an excitement in the air. Because I can feel the shift. I can feel that we are moving into New Earth. And I can feel just a lot of love. But I'm allowing the fear, whatever fear that is coming up, to be felt so that I can clear it, so that I can transmute it, because I know that it is collective. So I am doing a lot of work, especially at night, doing that transmuting work, getting a lot of downloads as well. The night before last, I spent all night awake, getting downloads and with my spirit team, and getting messages for those Lightworker messages that I just put on the channel. If you haven't already, I really encourage you guys to check out the Lightworker messages, Hold the Light, and Light the World, because it will give you a different perspective, a spiritual perspective on what is going on spiritually within the world. Now, there's a lot more that's going on beneath the surface that I do not talk about, will not talk about right now, maybe at a later date, but I was called not to, because my job right now is to hold the vibration, hold the balance, hold the light, which is what we talked about in the Hold the Light message reading. Yeah, as you guys can tell, I am exhausted. I don't even know if I'm meant to be doing this right now, but I really want to, so we're going to just get into it. I want to see what's going on for the Divine Masculines specifically, because it feels like there is something. So I just got this Spirit Animal Oracle. I got a bunch new Oracle decks that came in the mail finally yesterday. So I want to see what's going on for the collective. We're going to do a short mini reading here. And then we'll be back as soon as I get some rest. I'm gonna try to get some sleep. And as soon as I get some rest, I'm going to do a larger Sacred Union Energy update. So we'll have that to look forward to. Okay. If you guys are feeling, oh, and we also have that new moon energy. We're in Aries season now. The first sign of the zodiac, a brand new astrological year, brand new start. So we have been closing out a lot of karma, a lot of cycles, and we really are stepping into this beautiful new earth energy. And, you know, we can't ignore the fear and the chaos that's going on within the planet right now. You know, 5D energy isn't spiritual bypassing. 5D energy isn't ignoring our current collective reality. We have to understand it and have compassion for it, while also holding the light, while also maintaining that balance and peace and love and compassion within ourselves. 5D energy is having empathy for those who are still in that fear, but holding the light for them, holding the space for them. And especially you guys, Divine Feminines, you know what it's like to hold that space. That is our job. That really is what we are here for. And there's so much I want to talk to my Divine Masculine about, because there's so much I've gotten about our journey and understanding about our journey. And there's so much I want to say to you guys, but I need to talk to my Divine Masculine first. And it's so frustrating because there's so much I need to share, but I know it's just not time, because I need to speak with my Divine Masculine about it first. It just feels like it's like I'm meant to. Whatever comes about that conversation, I know that I'm meant to share it with him first. But I'm writing it all down, and when it is time and I get the green light from Spirit to share it with you guys, then I absolutely will. But hold the space. You know what that's like from a greater perspective. You are holding the space. That's what you're doing for the collective as a whole, for the planet as a whole at this time. And it's because you have, on this ascension journey, on this path. You have gathered all the tools and the strength and the leadership qualities, the high priestess qualities, really tapped into your high priestess energy. Rose into your high priestess energy to be that divine, sacred energy. And that is truly what is helping the planet at this time. I just heard it could be way worse. It could be way worse. And it's because you're holding that light and because you're holding that love and that compassion and doing all that transmuting. Even if you're not consciously doing it, you're doing it through dream state. You might be waking up a little bit heavy. You might be waking up a little bit tired. But it's because there's so much energy work that is happening behind the scenes. And we're all being called to kind of be on lockdown right now, to rest, to pull back, to spend time with family, to spend time in meditation and rest, doing creative projects. But this is all about going within. It's all about taking the time to slow down and go within. And as you go within, there is an amping up of the energies in the astral planes. You are doing a tremendous amount of work. It might not feel comfortable because you might be used to taking a lot of action in the physical world, in the 3D plane as humans. You might be so used to doing and being rush, and go, but that's really what the world is changing. We're understanding the benefits of rest, the benefits of slowing down, because that's when you understand yourself. That's when you tap into yourself. That's when you tap into your own inner knowing and inner guidance, and truly listen to yourself and connect to yourself and to the divine, to your spirit team. And so as that's happening, as you're slowing down, things are actually speeding up in the astral realm. And so energetically, you might be feeling a little bit tired and a little bit drained because there is a ton that is happening in dream state. There is a ton that is happening that we can't see, but that we can absolutely tap into when we connect to ourselves and when we connect to our spirit team, when we connect to that fifth dimensional energy. So, yeah, make sure that you're taking care of yourselves, eating well, resting, hydrating, grounding yourself in nature if you can go for walks and stuff like that. Make sure that you're absolutely taking care of yourself because even though it might not seem like you're doing a lot, you are doing a ton, and you're doing a ton for this planet. And you should be so proud because Spirit is very grateful for you. Spirit is very grateful for you for the work that you are doing energetically, because you're making the difference. You truly, truly are. Everybody, like I said in Light Your World, everybody has a role that they're playing. And we should be grateful for every single one of them, whether it is the ground workers, like the doctors and the nurses and the grocery store clerks and, you know, delivery people and everybody who's doing something in the physical 3D, or light workers who are holding the vibration steady, who are maintaining that peace, maintaining that balance, and transmuting the fear. You are doing the energetic work, which is so important, so vital right now, especially as we shift and anchor into that fifth dimensional consciousness. So, okay. Whew. That was strong energy. Okay. Any card want to come out, or did they just want me to shuffle while I was channeling that? This deck is gorgeous. Really, really beautiful. So I'm excited to use it, but I think maybe we'll just get into the tarot. Is there anything, Spirit, that you want us to know? Anything that you want us to know from this deck? Okay. So here's what, oh, that's beautiful. Be fearless and bold. Be fearless and bold. Fearless. Do not be afraid of any shifts, any forward momentum, any action that you're guided to be taken. Do not be afraid. Or if you are afraid, allow yourself to feel that fear, understand that fear, and move forward regardless, because Spirit has your back. They really do. You are divinely supported at this time for whatever action you are guided to take. Or non-action, if non-action is something that you're guided to take as well. We have Now is a Lucky Time. And look how beautiful these cards are. Aren't they gorgeous? And we have Love is All Around. So remember in one of the most recent readings, we talked about there was a season of blessings. It was a season of miracles. And I know that the outside world looks like chaos. But what that is actually doing, it's a tower moment. It's a dark night of the soul for the planet as a whole. It's a crumbling. But from the crumbling comes a new foundation of love. Now, we talked about that for the divine masculine energy. Divine feminines, you have been through that as well. But we talked about that a number of months ago for the divine masculine energy, where there was a tower moment where any false beliefs or insecure structures that they had built for their lives, this is patterns, behaviors, any relationships, any toxicity, any focus on finances or career, anything that was pulling the focus from love, anything that was pulling the focus from soul. They had created a false belief or a tower from it. And built themselves up on that, but that was just, it wasn't built on a firm foundation because it wasn't built on a foundation of true divine love. And so what divine masculine had really experienced was a crumbling of that tower. It was a true shakeup of their entire physical reality where it felt like their world was turning upside down. But that was necessary so that they could see that the only foundation is love. And what I'm also hearing is this connection, because this connection is built on true divine, pure, genuine love. This is divine love. And the tower had to crumble so that they could see that all that remains is love. And so that they could start building their new life based on that love. Because what they had built their foundation on before wasn't serving them. It might have served them in the past, but it wasn't serving them for this new iteration where their soul has been guiding them to go. And a lot of divine masculines were really in resistance of that energy because they liked their world, or at least they were comfortable there. At least it was what they knew. And even if they weren't happy, it's that there's a comfort, a kind of comfort in misery, if misery is all you've known, that kind of thing, you know? If that's all you've known, then you're comfortable there. Then ego is comfortable there. And when you have a glimpse of happiness, there's a fear that it's going to be taken away. When you have a glimpse of love, you're almost afraid of it if you haven't known true love before. Or you thought that you knew love before, but it wasn't this connection. Divine masculines were really afraid of embracing this love. They were really afraid of embracing this connection because it was all that they've ever wanted. But everything they had experienced up until now in the past, it had either been taken away from them, or they couldn't have it, it was just out of reach, or they didn't believe they were deserving of it, they lacked the worth, they were in lack mentality. There's a number of different scenarios, but it all comes down to they didn't think that they could have it. They didn't think they were deserving of it. They didn't think it was possible for them. And so really what's been happening over the past, and I want to say this has been happening over the past 6 months, where they've really been going through this beautiful transformation and integration of these energies, where that foundation or that tower crumbled and they've been building a new foundation. Now they might not be conscious of that. I feel like they're conscious of it, but they might not have been conscious of it in the beginning. They might have been laying brick by brick, changing things in their outside world, but they weren't recognizing that it was so that they could build this brand new life for themselves, more in alignment with where their soul really wants them to go, where they want to go. It was almost like piece by piece had to be put back together so that they were building up their value again. They were building up their sense of, oh, this is possible. Oh, I can be happy. I don't have to live the way I did. Because that was just comfort. That was just ego. And ego likes to protect. Ego is all about survival mode. And if you've lived in an energy of trauma or heartbreak or pain or lack mindset, victimhood, if you've lived in that for so long, anything that challenges that challenges the ego. Even if it's happiness, even if it's love. So, over the past few months, past 6 months or so, divine masculines have really been going through this beautiful transformation, and I feel like the dawn is breaking for them. I feel like they have seen a sense of clarity, almost like the clouds have parted is what they're showing me, and the sun is finally shining through. They have broken through, I feel, the last of that ego, the last of that, it's not possible for me, I can't have it. They're really entering into a season of blessings and miracles and understanding of what love is, and that love truly does surround them. It's interesting, they're pointing me to the numbers here. 4 and the 1, 5 is a number of change, 4 and the 9, 13, which is the death card in traditional tarot. And that is all about transformation and change. This is what is coming in for Divine Masculines, because they are starting to not just understand it, but to really believe it and integrate that energy of, oh, I am the creator of my own reality. And I was just in resistance out of fear. I was just in resistance because I was holding on to beliefs or energy, toxicity, relationships, career, finances, focusing my addictions, patterns, focusing on things that honestly don't really matter to me. But I was focusing on all of that, even though I wanted to change. I was focusing on that because I didn't know any better, because I didn't think I could have any better. I didn't think I was worthy of any better. I didn't think I was worthy of this brand new life, of what it is I truly want. They were listening to outside influences. They were holding on to expectations, other people's expectations of them. They were sacrificing themselves, unable to really speak up for what it is that they want for their life, because they couldn't believe that what they want for their life was actually possible. So it was like they buried that down so far, suppressed their desires, suppressed what they wanted for other people, or just because they didn't think that it was ever possible because of past experiences where maybe they were hurt before in the past. And so that created a wound. And anytime that they got close to taking action towards this new life, towards this building this new foundation and love, it was like that wound was triggered and they shut back down and said, nope, I can't have this because this is what happened last time. They're transforming out of that energy if they haven't already. That's that dawn that's breaking. That's the clouds that have parted. They're really seeing their life with fresh eyes. They're really seeing their life and themselves with a sense of clarity. And because of that, they're really seeing this connection with a sense of clarity. They're seeing that this love has always been there for them and with them. They had just been pushing it away. And so now they're starting to be able to receive that love. And because they're able to receive that love, they're able to more and more offer that love to this connection. Wow, that is very strong energy right there. Okay, so let's see what deck they want me to use. I'm going to use kind of the traditional one here. Let's see what's going on with that's kind of like a recap of what's been going on with the Divine Masculine. But let's see where they are right now today. Let's see what's going on with them. How are they feeling? How are they thinking? All that good stuff. They're stepping into their power. They're stepping into, yeah, look, the King of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, they're being able to give now because they're finally able to receive and believe that they're able to receive, believe that they are worthy of receiving, and accept this love, really integrate this love and understand that this love has always been a part of them, that they've always been connected in this love. And because of that, they're really stepping into their king energy. Okay. Where's Divine Masculines at this time? Yeah. Divine Masculines are patiently holding on to this love. I should say trying to be patient when it comes to this connection and this love. They're not letting go of this. I feel like they've finally gotten clarity. You know, in the very beginning, when I first started doing readings, the Four of Pentacles was an energy of very, very guarded energy. Like, you see how he's holding onto, he's such a grump there. You see how he's holding onto his coins and he won't let anybody near him? That was the energy of the Divine Masculine. There was so many walls up, so many guards up, that it was like no matter how much love tried to penetrate that wall, it couldn't get in. But now it's a different energy. Now the Four of Pentacles is an energy of holding on to this connection, holding on to this love, almost like for dear life is what I'm hearing. And divine masculines have been very patient. And I know divine feminines, you might be rolling your eyes at that, like, can they have been more patient than me? But understand that you are always connected. You are right in lockstep with each other. Where there is one, there is both of you. You're not separate, especially when it comes to your energy. You are not separate. And even if it looks like the 3D, like your divine masculine has been this grump, has been blocking you, has been living their life, joyfully or whatever, they've been going through this healing process just as much as you have. And as such, they've been patient because they truly do want this connection just as much as you do. They might not have been fully conscious of that. They might not have been fully recognizing that. They might not have been fully understanding that in the 3D perspective. But their soul has always been longing for this union just as much as you have. And so they have been patient just as much as you have. Because they have wanted to take action. But what I'm hearing is they were always called back because they had more healing work to do, because you had more healing work to do. Because if you came together, and you've experienced this, you have likely experienced this, there might have been some hot and cold energy. When you come together, it feels good, but then all of a sudden the triggers happen. It's because your energy wasn't in balance, because your chakras weren't aligned, because your energy wasn't aligned, because there was still a lot of karma and soul sludge, as I like to call it. This is past pain, past wounds, past heartbreak, past societal conditioning, habits, addictions, false beliefs, any toxicity, even past life karma that was coming up to the surface between you two. Now remember, let me show you this. You see the love here in the Temperance card and the love here in the Ace of Cups, and then you have this curmudgeon here in the middle. This is that toxic energy. They are love, you are love. But what comes up between you two, when you come together, sometimes it really feels like harmony and there's a free flow between you two. But the soul sludge comes up between you two, and that's the toxic energy. You're not toxic to each other. You are love to each other. But it's this toxic energy that comes up, and it's your job to clear it out of the way so that more love can exist and flow freely between you two. And so that's what you have been doing on this healing journey. It's your energy, it's your wounding, your karma, and it's their karma and their energy and their wounding that they have to clear, and it comes up between you two to be cleared out of the way. So I've never had that analogy before. That's really interesting. So that's what has been happening on this journey, and the more you clear, it's like this. It's like you that's why the hot and cold, really, that's why the in and the out, as painful as it is because your energies aren't aligned just yet. And sometimes you have to come together to trigger each other, and I've really experienced this with my divine counterpart, to trigger each other, and then you kind of pull back and withdraw because you have to kind of go to your separate corners because there's more healing that you have to do individually before you come together. Now what's actually happening is the individual healing is coming to a close, and it's time for you guys to work together. And that's the process of sacred union. That's what sacred union is. Sacred union is not, there's not going to be triggers, there's not going to be challenges, there's not going to be obstacles. Sacred union is you do it in partnership. You come together in partnership, in more harmony, where whatever comes up between you guys now, it's not going to repel you, but rather you're going to work in more harmony together to transmute it, to clear it. So that's interesting. They're pulling back from that. So what I want to say is divine masculines, they have been patient too, because that hasn't felt good to them either. They've been wanting to come in with this harmony. They don't want to be left out in the cold like they have been, and like they know they've left you out in the cold as well. They're recognizing their patterns. They're recognizing their behaviors. They're recognizing this connection. And I feel like they're starting to understand this from the higher ascension journey perspective. They're really starting to see it not just from a 3D perspective, but how this connection has been affected on a soul level, from a soul perspective. For example, we see everything that we just discussed. We understand that, and we see this. And divine masculine, they weren't in a place that they were able to see and understand that. They were just understanding that Maybe they weren't treating you like they wanted to and they didn't understand why. They couldn't, I just heard they couldn't help themselves. But that was their own wounding. That was their past patterns. That was self-sabotage that was coming up. That they've been trying to change those patterns. They're recognizing those patterns now. That's part of the clarity that's been coming in. But they were very 3D focused. It was very narrow-minded, very 3D relationship focused, and they didn't entirely understand it. But now they're getting clarity and seeing things from the bigger perspective, seeing things from the soul level, understanding why things have played out the way that they have played out and how it was necessary. Just like you, Divine Feminines, have reached this point in your journey where you're seeing why it has been necessary to play out the way it has played out, to bring you both to this point where now when you do reunite and reconcile, it will be together. It will be you guys working together in harmony. And if there is more withdrawing, if there is more hot and cold, Divine Feminines, that's where you maintain your boundaries and say, listen, come in when you're ready and not a moment sooner. Come in when you're ready to commit. Come in when you're ready to have honest conversations. Come in when you're ready to express yourself and express this love, because you're not going to be, I'm hearing tolerating, the word tolerating that in and out behavior anymore, because you know that your Divine Masculine is recognizing their patterns, and you know that your Divine Masculine is rising into their Divine Masculine energy, and that they don't have to participate in that cycle anymore of in and out energy. And so Divine Feminines, you're saying this is a boundary for you. You're saying no more. No more. And so some of you might actually be withdrawing your energy, maintaining those boundaries, and just refocusing on yourself. But that is helping your connection as well, because that is enabling your Divine Masculine to really look within themselves as you're looking within yourself, and that will help bring you together. So Divine Masculine has been patient. Even if it doesn't look like they've been patient, they have been patient because they've been wanting this connection as well, even if they weren't consciously aware of it up until this point. And so now that I feel like they're consciously aware of it, they're wanting to merge your energies, to blend your energies. It's very interesting. This almost has an energy of sacred sexuality to it. It's the merging of energies. It's the becoming one, the two becoming one in the physical as well. I've never gotten that message here, but that's the energy that's coming through here. It's the complete merging of your physical lives together. And so when we're talking about sex, we're not talking about casual sex. We're talking about sacred sexuality, and there is a difference. Sacred sexuality is just pure love. It is divine love. It is that creative life force energy of the two coming together and merging your energies, and just in love, in that love. And that is a very powerful act. And so that's what I feel like is coming here. Your Divine Masculine is holding on to this connection and wanting to bring forth a cup of love that is just overflowing for you. And with that cup of love, they're showing me the Two of Cups, offering that love to each other. But Divine Masculine is coming in with this big old cup of love because they want this new beginning. All right, let's get another layer. What's going on here? The Chariot, the Eight of Wands, and here's the Six of Pentacles again. The Chariot and the Eight of Wands have been coming out in almost every collective reading I've been doing. It's insane. This is action. This is forward movement. This is what did I just say? This is action. This is forward movement. This is wanting to take the reins. That's too much. Oh, there's the Two of Cups. Yeah, that's too much. They are wanting to move towards, charge forward towards balance, to charge forward towards this relationship of reciprocity, to communicate with you, take action towards you. I'm hearing bridge the distance. Now, whether that's emotional distance or physical distance, they want to bridge the distance between you two and come towards you. And again, with the Chariot here, you have the energy of the yin and the yang with the two sphinxes there. That is that balance. And what they have been showing me for the past few months, the yin yang symbol, is the blending of the energies, the merging of the two energies, where it's two pieces that might have felt separate and might have felt individual, but now they're coming together, locking into place into the sacred circle, and it's almost like it's turning like a wheel, like the Wheel of Fortune. When the two lock into place, into this harmony, then the wheel begins to turn. And it is this harmonious relationship. It is this balance. It is this reciprocity. Okay, give me more. Divine masculines, divine masculines might be in a state of hermit mode right now. They might be in a state of withdrawal because they're trying to follow their own inner guidance here. They have been getting downloads. They have been getting following their own inner guidance, getting intuitive hits. I do feel like with the 9 of Wands here and the 5 of Pentacles, I do feel like it scares them a little bit. It keeps them up at night. It keeps them in a place of anxiety. I feel like they're moving out of this because they're following their inner guidance, but it's like they want to come out of the cold. They want to bring this connection out of the cold. They know it's almost been like frozen in time. Like this connection has been like on a standstill. They recognize this, and that has kept them up at night because they want to take action. They want to move forward. They want this harmony. They want this love, and they know that they want this love. I feel like they're at a standstill right now with the Hermit energy, going within, trying to figure out how to make this happen. Tell me more. Let's get more. Tell me more about this energy right here. This is what they want. I feel like this is where they are. They're kind of might be a little bit trapped in their mind. Tell me more about that. Yeah, 9 of Wands. I'm sorry, 9 of Swords, 9 of Swords. They're feeling this anxiety here, sleepless nights. This also feels like they're going over, I'm hearing rehashing the past from this connection in their mind. I feel like they're actually feeling the pain that Divine Feminine has felt within this connection. That might be because you've withdrawn. It might be because you have maintained your boundaries or created boundaries within the connection. And it's like they might feel like you have a wall up, even if you don't. They might feel like you have a guard up, and they don't know how to penetrate that now either. But it's only because they're recognizing it was the past. They know that they left you out in the cold. They know that they abandoned you and rejected you in some way, shape, or form. Even if the love has always been there, even if they've always felt that love for you, even if energetically it's an interesting thing that what they're coming through with. It's like, I've always loved you. How can you not understand that I have always loved you? And Divine Feminine's like, well, on the 3D, you haven't shown me that. On the 3D, you've rejected me. You have abandoned me. You've ghosted me. You've withdrawn from this connection. On the 3D, it doesn't look like we have anything. And Divine Masculines are really understanding that's this energy here. Divine Masculines are really going within to recognize that. That's why they're in this place of anxiety because, and do you see how she's just in like anguish here? They're recognizing that, yeah, even though I had all this love for my Divine Feminine and I tried to show her, I'm recognizing that I didn't do a good job. I really kind of screwed up this connection because I was holding back, or I was ghosting, or because there wasn't any balance within this connection. Now, you can't screw up this connection. You can't screw up this connection. This is Divine Masculine's fears that they're working through at this time. It might be paralleling past relationships, past wounds, past lifetime karma that they are working through. The fear that they're experiencing now is wounds that they are working through from whatever it was that they've experienced in the past. Because you can't screw up this connection. This connection is made of pure love. And because it's made of pure love, there's always forgiveness here. There's always harmony there. There will have to be conversations. Divine Masculine can't just come in and be like, everything is hunky-dory. Divine Feminines have experienced pain, but there is love here. There is always love here. There is always forgiveness here. So, and also what they want to say is that when we say you can't screw up this connection, it's because everything that you've been through has brought you to this point, has helped you to heal something, has helped you to transform. Even when Divine Masculines were in a place of resistance, Divine Feminines, that was actually forcing you to step into your power, into your leadership role, into your high priestess energy, your empress energy. It was really forcing you to look within yourself as well, because remember, you guys are orchestrating this together. Energetically, you were always together. You're always doing this together. And as such, you're showing each other what needs to be healed, what wounds still exist. But that has been cleared now, and it's time for these partnerships to come into physical reality. It's time for these partnerships. We talked about it in the last reading. It's time to step into mission. It's time to step into love. And so everything that you've experienced up until this point was to show you something. And especially you divine feminines, if you look back over the past months, years, however long you have had this connection, you will recognize and see how transformed you are and how everything has led you to this transformation to become in your power who you are now. I understand and have so much compassion because I've experienced that pain myself, but when I look back and connect the dots, I recognize that everything was teaching me something, everything was showing me something, everything was healing something within me, so that I could step up into this energy. And divine masculines, they're just in a place of anxiety because it's like they're recognizing, even though they're seeing things from the higher perspective now, even though they understand it from the soul level like that, they also recognize the pain that was imparted on this connection on themselves and on their divine feminines from the 3D perspective. And that's where they're feeling like they screwed up, because they recognize that they really did abandon you. They recognize that they really did reject you. They recognize that they really did focus on the love that they thought was there in other connections or relationships, or it could even be like a love of finances, or focusing on other people and what other people wanted, sacrificing themselves when this love has been there all along. And they know that they turned their back on this love for the longest time, and they understand the pain that came from that, and they're feeling that pain now. I feel like this anxiety is really them looking back on the past and recognizing how their past actions had played a part in this connection. But again, so it's interesting energy. Yeah, it's the Three of Swords here, see? It's interesting energy because it's like there's the energetic 5D perspective and there's the 3D perspective. So on an energetic 5D perspective, and it's one, right? It's just a shift in consciousness. It's just a viewing it from the perspective. But we still are humans. We still experience that pain. So we can understand how everything has led us to this transformation, how everything was meant to be as it was meant to unfold for our transformation, so that we could uphold our boundaries, learn boundaries, so that we could transform into Empress, High Priestess energy, so that we could learn our worth and what we're deserving of and what we're not going to tolerate or deal with anymore. But from a 3D perspective, from the human angle, we still feel that hurt. We still feel that pain. And I feel like that's this energy here where divine masculine is really understanding it and having clarity about the soul perspective, the ascension perspective. But I do feel like they're recognizing the pain that their 3D actions imparted on you, and on this connection. And how, remember when I said that they had been patient? It's almost like they're feeling like they wasted a lot of time. They wasted a lot of time on other people, or other things, or on past pain, or even on themselves if there was a little bit of a selfish energy there, where you were standing right in front of them saying, I'm here, I'm loving you, unconditionally. But they were turning their back on you, turning their attention to toxic energy. They were turning their attention to the past and not to the present, to the past, because again, that's what was familiar with them, even if it was unhealthy. Even if it wasn't truly what they wanted, they were holding on to that comfort rather than seeing that everything that they wanted was right there in front of them, in you, in this connection. And so they're in a state of remorse right now. They're in a state of anxiety right now. And they're in hermit mode, trying to come out of that energy, trying to come out of that heartbreak and understand. Okay. Anything else we need to know about divine masculines? They're coming out of this. With this, now is a lucky time and love is all around. They're recognizing this. They're coming out of this. This is that transformation energy that they are moving through at this time, integrating at this time, and it is bringing in more blessings. It is bringing in like it's what I'm hearing is a miraculous shift in your connection. So where are we moving towards? Yeah, this is that contemplative energy. This is that healing energy here. Three of Swords. An ending of the heartbreak. An ending of the heartbreak is what I'm hearing. An ending of this anxiety here. This healing energy, the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords, the 3 comes after, or the 4 comes after the 3. He's healing, Divine Masculine is healing this heartbreak now. They're going through a transformation that is healing this past heartbreak, and especially around this connection. Because they've gotten clarity. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, this is beautiful. Where are we going towards? They're putting down the burdens of the past. They are releasing themselves from that toxic energy. They're releasing themselves from this heartbreak. Again, this is heartbreak of their own past and heartbreak from everything that was experienced within this connection, because they're recognizing the role that they played, and they are doing a lot of self-forgiveness right now. So it's like this. This is what I'm getting. They're healing this heartbreak. They're healing this Three of Swords energy right now, which is enabling them to step into their Emperor energy, which is enabling them to take the lead towards, remember this energy, this forward movement, this action, this reciprocity? Well, that's all wrapped up in this Ace of Pentacles energy. A tangible new beginning. Commitment in the physical, tangible world. Not just the Ace of Cups, not just wishing for this new beginning in love, but making it tangible, making it a tangible offer. And as they go through this healing process, this self-forgiveness process, what's happening is they're going to be stepping into their Emperor energy, where they are taking leadership of their life, taking control of their life. This is Divine Masculine energy. Not distorted masculine energy, Divine Masculine energy, where they are taking action, taking authority, taking leadership, and in Divine Masculine energy, they are able to express this love to you with a sense of commitment, with a sense of sincerity, with a sense of very grounded nature, very present nature, very present energy here. And with the aces here, I feel like they are being divinely guided to do this, and that's why they are going into hermit mode to listen to their own inner guidance and intuition. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Tough energy today. Tough energy today. Divine Masculines are feeling it today. Let's get a card. Oh, look what just came out. I'm ready to take the leap of faith. Yeah, see? I'm ready to take the leap of faith. They are ready to charge forward. And with this Chariot, this is fast movement. And this is victory. They want this victory with you. To charge forward towards you. To bridge the distance between you. What else do they want to say to Divine Feminines? I'm afraid you've moved on. Yeah, they're feeling your detachment. They're absolutely feeling your detachment. They're feeling the boundaries that you've put in place. And they're understanding that's part of their anxiety, because they're like, well, wait a minute. You know, how do I come forward now if, you know, if they've moved on, if they're detached? They're recognizing, because of that detachment, they're recognizing that you're just, that their role that they played within this connection, in this heartbreak isn't just for them. This heartbreak is for you as well. The heartbreak that you've experienced on this journey as well. They're feeling this, and it's causing a little bit of fear in them that you don't love them anymore. Even though you've been telling them that couldn't be further from the case for however long you've been in this connection. But that's their own fear that they've had to work through. That's their own fear that they are working through. And as they work through that fear and heal that, that's what's going to enable them to rise into this Emperor energy. And as they rise into that Emperor energy, that's when they're going to be able to come forth and communicate to you, express themselves vulnerably, honestly, express love to you, and offer you this commitment. But it doesn't feel like they're quite there yet, though they're getting there. They're feeling it within themselves, but they're still moving through a lot of anxiety. They're still moving through a lot of healing at this time. They're still rising is what I just heard. They're still rising. Yeah, don't lose faith in me. Oh man, that's don't give up on your divine masculine, because they are devoted to you. They truly are. Even if they haven't been able to express that to you, even if their actions look like bullshit in the 3D, even if they're in and out and hot and cold, they truly are devoted to you in the sense of love, in the sense of how much love that they have for you. And as soon as they're able to clear this and rise into this energy, guess what? They're coming in not just with an expression of love, but it's going to be grounded. This is not just fantasy. This is not just daydream. This is not just in and out. This is a new beginning, a fresh start for both of you and this connection. And this is going to be commitment. This is going to be that devotion in this love, that loyalty in this love. And they're going to be expressing that to you. All right, you guys, that is going to be it for today's Divine Masculine reading. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow with another one. I was hoping to do a live chat this week, but I don't think I'm going to get to it. But we'll be back with a live chat sometime next week, so stay tuned for that. Do make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And please make sure that you're ringing that little bell to get notifications. I got emails from a couple of you that said that you weren't aware that I had new videos up, so do make sure that you don't miss anything by hitting that bell by the subscribe button to get notified of when I'm having new videos up. Alright guys, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and we'll see you soon. Bye.